Hi, my name is Ryan Olson, and I'm about to talk about increasing workflow efficiency in the classroom. And today I'm going to show you how to do a mail merge using data from a Excel sheet and exporting it into a Microsoft Word document so that you don't have to type the same information over and over again. You can just merge important data about individual students into the document. Now, this can increase your workflow efficiency by you could use it on report card comments. You can use it when creating handouts for conferences. I know that I have used this process in both, and it has decreased the amount of time I needed to create each individual document. So who am I? I am a second grade teacher. I work in the Bethel School District at Clover Creek Elementary, and here is my main contact information. So let's pretend we are needing to create a handout for parents for conferences. So the first thing I need to do is open up my blank Excel sheet. So I am going to go to Microsoft Excel, and I have a blank Excel sheet. Now, you first have to do your headings. And in this handout, I want to include students' reading fluency scores, what level they are in math, and what level they are in reading comprehension. So first I need to have my student names in my first heading, my fluency scores in my second heading, my comprehension score in my third heading, and my math score in my last heading. And what you'll need to do next is type in all your student names. So let's say we have Jim, Alondra, Sammy, Angelica, Devin, George, Aaron, Kelly, and Joe. And I have my DIBELS data, and so I'm going to enter how many words per minute each student reads. So let's say Jem is reading 76 words per minute, Alondra is reading 23, Sammy is reading 89, Angelica is reading 120, Devin's reading 11, George is reading 67, Aaron is reading 99, Kelly's reading 100, and Joe is reading 89. Now we're going to do comprehension scores. For comprehension scores, let's just put if they're benchmark or not. So Jem is benchmark, Alondra is benchmark, Sammy is, or let's say Alondra is intensive, Sammy is benchmark, Angelica is above benchmark, Evan is intensive, George is strategic, Aaron is benchmark, Kelly's benchmark, and Joe is benchmark. Next is math scores. We want to say if the student, once again, is benchmark, above benchmark, strategic, or intensive. We'll say Jim is benchmark, Alondra is benchmark, Sammy is above benchmark, Angelica is strategic, needs just a little help. Devin is intensive, and the next few students are benchmark. So I have my data, and I'm entering it in this Excel sheet to organize it. Now, instead of having to say, "Hi, my name is Miss Olson. Jim is reading 76 words per minute. He has a comprehension score of being benchmark and a math score of being benchmark." Instead of me having to type that information over and over for each student, I'm going to show you how to merge this information into a pre-formatted document. So first I need to save my Excel workbook. So I'm going to say save as, and let's say conferences, spring conferences. So I have that data saved. Next, I'm going to open up my blank Word document, and I'm going to type my template. So let's say I'm going to make it kind of cutesy. I'm going to choose a different font. We're going to call it Spring Conferences. Now I'm going to make it a little smaller, And let's say, welcome to spring conferences. Here is a snapshot of how your student is doing. And now we're going to say, we're going to put the word name for which student we're going to be using, and we're going to say is reading, and then I'm going to type the word fluency. I'm going to say words per minute. And I'm going to say, let's see, we said benchmark. Let's say 70 words per minute is considered benchmark. 70 words per minute is considered benchmark. Now I'm going to say name has a comprehension level that is considered, and then I'm going to say, let's say level. Those are just placeholders I'm putting in for now. Name is currently, I'm going to say level in math. So now I want to show you how I'm going to fill in words like this with our placeholders. So for words, you're going to go to Tools, and you're going to say Mail Merge Manager. We need to first select our document that this Word document is going to connect to. So I'm going to say create new, form letter. This always pops up. Now it's going to say, okay, we need to use database. So I'm going to say get list and open data source. That's going to be asking, okay, which Excel document are you going to use with this document? I'm going to go to my desktop where I saved my Excel sheet titled Spring Conferences. And I'm going to press OK. I don't need to worry about my security risk. Now I need to press OK to open my workbook. And here are those headings I typed on the top: student name, fluency scores, comprehension score, and math score. So I need to put these placeholders here in this document. So where I say name, I'm going to drag student name. And I'm going to erase my placeholder right there. And so where it says with the double arrow, student name, now when I merge this document, all of my student names will merge into a separate document. And now I'm going to say is reading, and right here I need to put my placeholder for words per minute. Let's drag fluency score, words per minute, and I want to leave 70 words per minute is considered benchmark. I need to add name again right here. Has a comprehension level that is considered, and I'm going to put the comprehension level right here. I need to add name again. And let's say currently considered what in math, and let's put our math score. And boom. So I have all of my placeholders entered. I've linked my Word document to my Excel sheet, which I have my pre-filled information. In my toolbar menu over here in Mail Manager, I'm now going to say Merge to New Document. And what's going to happen? It's going to enter a document, and each page is going to be a page dedicated to a student. And it says, welcome to Spring Conferences. Here's a snapshot of how your student is doing. Jim is reading 76 words per minute. 70 words per minute is considered benchmark. Jim is has a comprehension level that is considered benchmark. Jim is currently considered benchmark in math. If I go to the next page, it's going to have Alondra's information. And the next page, Sammy's information. So on and so on. So I want to show you an example of another document I created that kind of practiced this format. And here is a document that I made for my Spring Teacher Conferences. I had a bunch of information merged, so I'm going to open also the merger document. Here's the form. So right here, you can see that I have merge fields entered. and you see the double arrows. So I had the student name merged, I had the reading level merged, I had the ORF merged, which is oral reading fluency. I had if they're meeting expectations, a bunch of data that got merged. So when I go to my actual form, you can see I have a student that I had named Angelica, her benchmark level for reading level merged in, her reading fluency, her STAR reading scores, her how much growth she had in STAR, whether or not she was meeting expectations in writing, and then math data. I did end up typing individual strengths and concerns only because I didn't quite have them thought out before I merged the document, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do these as I open each document. And so, but all of my key data did merge. So here's my next student. Let's say this student's name was Natasha, and these would have been the scores. Once again, this is demo data just for demonstrations purposes, but this shows you how intricate you can make a Microsoft Word form with merged data and not have to retype the same thing over and over and over again. And it shows how you can make a really detailed handout for parents for conferences, or you could use this for things like report card comments. So once again, this is a way to increase workflow efficiency in your classroom to prevent you from having to retype the same thing and having to add in information. Instead, you type all your data in a Microsoft Excel sheet, you create a form document in Microsoft Word, and then you merge the two. Thank you for watching.